I'll go back to pricing. I mean, still about money.
Okay.
I think we're talking about value and working with brands. How do you price your work when you're working with the brand? Because now it comes to numbers. Sheldon gets over 600k followers, subscribers. So if he's putting a video out there, he's getting this number of views. So he can say, oh, I want this amount of money. But someone that's now starting, maybe probably have a few subscribers, they want to work with brands. How do they price them at work? Say, okay, this video, this how much I'm going to take. And how, personally, how you price? Also, I think you work with a few creators and all that. How are you managing them, especially when it comes to pricing, their working stuff?
Question to me.
Yeah. To everyone.
I mean, I guess from a business perspective, we're working in tech.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I just want people to understand, influencers to understand, creators to understand how influential they are.
Okay.
And what it means to us.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because a user making one transaction is value. But I found that a lot of creators don't understand what we're doing. They just think there's money there and then we're just going to come we just worked together recently.
Yeah.
If the cash wasn't there, I can't pay him.
Mm-hmm.
I won't even call him. But if he also doesn't understand how we're making the cash, he will just name any price.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So I think it's also about understanding who you're working with.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding which brands you're working with, which companies you're working with, because if the cash is not there, you can name what you want, but the cash is not there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a deeper issue because it even goes back to, is there even enough businesses in Ghana to pay people? I think you guys are very underpaid. And one of the reasons why you're underpaid is because there isn't enough businesses to pay you.
Okay.
So when one does come, let's grab it.
Or pay you well. When I was on Twitter, we were doing a Twitter space and they asked they were looking for someone to moderate the Twitter space. And after we had a conversation and they agreed on, okay, how much are we going to pay the person? I remember they paid, it was an American, a popular person in America, and she moderated the space. They paid her $15,000. Yeah, that was a check for moderating a Twitter space, not a physical space. That was one of the eye openers for me, and I was like, "Wait, fine. I guess it's a bigger market, bigger economy,
online,
bigger
she was in
brands."
bed.
Yes,
She
was in bed.
No, she just came on. She was like, "All right, on." She was just like, "Mute your mic, this, okay," and ask the questions, and then they paid her 15K.
Just asking the question.
Yeah.
So I'm sure 15K, right?
From who?
So I started making a conscious effort to anybody I engaged locally, to work when it came to Twitter. I made a conscious effort to ensure that they were paid good checks. You get what I mean? Now back to how much the content creators charge. I don't think there's really any formula, especially in this market.
Right.
One. But what I always advise creators is that how much did you spend to create that content, and how much are you comfortable with? What I advise them is that create a price ceiling and a price floor. The price floor is an amount you never go below, and the price ceiling is as high as you can go. And then you start from the ceiling, and then just make sure you never go below the floor, and then that one keeps you safe. And don't accept anything that goes below the floor, because when you do that, then word goes around that, this person, I paid the person 100 cedis and I paid this, and then now they start seeing you like, okay, yeah. So you should have at least a range, and you should also gauge it against what you're comfortable doing. Like even the transport to go there, how much you spent on shooting it, your internet you pay monthly. You should be comfortable by the time and also you should have tiered pricing. This one, I tell music artists, because it's an SHS school booking you for fanfare, and a multinational booking you for a concert. The pricing should be completely different. You can't say I charge $10,000, and then when the SHS is asking you you're also charging them $10,000. Okay. It doesn't make sense. Okay. But a lot of artists don't get it. Right. They fix their price. Or sometimes you hear that they've even gone to perform for a secondary school, and they've charged them so high that
the school collapsed.
You probably don't have price. Broken there. You should have tiered pricing as a music artist. You should have pricing for the kind of people that would engage you. Just because the people in SHS are your fans too.
Yeah.
You understand? They also deserve to have a musical experience from 1,000. So if school SHS they call you, maybe you have 100 CDs for them. If multinational they call you, you have
You know how funny that
you have 200 CDs.
I just
Yeah.
Sheldon comes to my son's school. The next term, school fees is higher.
Shortly, you break their neck. If you knew, I won't take the money.
That'd be problem.
You buy. No, okay.
Wait, Master, you were saying something like maybe looking at their transport fee, this. Now, in a community where, like say, we don't have a community, you can't say, okay, this is what most creators are charging. What if I price
You overprice,
like, because personally, I mean, as a product designer, sometimes when I'm working and I want to charge a project, I'm asking my friend, okay, this one, how much will you take this? But then in a space like this, even sometimes you can go online to check, especially in the tech community. But in a space like this, I don't think there's anything like that in Ghana. So what if I would overprice? Because I mean, if it's a brand comes
that's why you need to understand who is asking to book you.
Okay.
Yeah. So like even in my agency, they send a brief. I go and do research. What the company? I go and check online. I see how big they are. You in other countries, those things. If I see the company be like, they get blocked. That means I sit down and I'll give you block invoice. So it's the same thing. You need to understand who is booking you. You don't just blindly just respond to every email with one rate card. No, you need to see who is booking, because you might undercharge. You might have a very big brand engage you and then you would undercharge. But even the very big brands who pay really well, when you undercharge, they'll be like,
It happened to me.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to mention anything, but they approached me that they wanted to take me. If I mention it,
you will know. So
don't worry. So when I send them,
I know already.
Exactly.
I send them a price list based on our market here. Meanwhile, the agency approached me from Nigeria, like a Nigerian agency. Then the lady replied the email and like she was so disappointed in me. So she actually came back to me with a price that I'm supposed to charge them. And when we put that price on the table, they didn't even come for negotiation. It was like,
very big.
So I was just here undercharging. And you see, this is coming from an agency, and this is where the agencies in this country know. I was saying, wow, Mochima. Do you know what they do here? Or they will come back to
No, it's actually true. Like very big companies. When you send your invoice, it's either they don't go with you.
Yeah.
They won't like
negotiations every day.
If your price is too low, they'll feel like you. Like I remember a long time ago, like 12 years ago, I was working with an agency and we're looking for someone to shoot a TV ad. And then I tried to put my friend on, at the same time put it out for other people. When my friend sent his invoice and I sent it to the clients, the client said they don't think this person can shoot it because they're looking at a full-blown TV, so like
$1,000.
Oh no! They don't think this person can do it. That was like an awakening for me. You understand? So that's why you need to look at the brand. I'm also very big companies don't negotiate. When I was on Twitter, and I was used to as a brand manager, I was used to receiving, let's say, a cost from a budget from an agency, and then I'll pick at it. I'll say, okay, take out this screen. Why is it too expensive? This. I did it once and responded to an agency in Ghana. Because I just joined Twitter. I was used to doing that in Ghana. And then my boss was in copy. And then she messaged me on the side just like, don't do that. That's so embarrassing. Don't do that. Like, why am I picking at the things? Either I don't go with them or...
because you look like Twitter doesn't have money.
Yeah. So she was like, no, they don't do that. They don't. And they also like to give back, support people, like agencies that are doing. I'm like, oh, okay. Is that how people do it?
No, that'd be the worst thing, right? Is to give a company your price and then straight away they're like, okay, yeah, we'll do it.
Even like, did I price it?
I make mistake.
I just put 50,000 Ghana cedi on you want to pay that amount of money. That's the problem to me.
It's wild.
They would have paid 100.
I think another thing that needs to be learned heavily is that your time is also money, and people haven't understood that. So even for the creatives I work with, so we're also building another community of creatives on the low, and I tell them that every time somebody has to come back to you for a round of feedback, they've wasted your time. So is it factored into your pricing? Like right now, yeah, because right now the clients wait and come, Charlie, you want me to edit a 5 minutes video and remove like 1 minute of the cut. Bro, where am I getting the extra 1 minute from? Right. It's crazy. So you need to believe in your source enough that, okay, I know I've worked hard enough.
Believe in the source.
Yeah, that's it. Believe in your source enough, because if you can believe in it, I tell you, Raygan, use them. But like, for example, Raygan wouldn't call us all here if our time was going to be wasted. And that's the truth. He knows. I was going to be somewhere. He told me that, Sheldon, I'm like, bro, I will still be here for you because I've never had a wasted conversation where you are at. Raygan was also going to invite people who waste his time in his platform. We need to understand that no matter what creates, like whatever creative economy you're in, whatever industry you're in, your time is also very much money. For me, if brands walk up to me, are you walking up to me as Nanaya, the brand strategist, or you're walking up to me as Nanaya, the musician? If you're coming to me from the angle of music, I'm also building something on my space. So for example, my first interaction with Point was that one of your clients cased me up. Elikem is my guy, supported my work from day one. And I met your people there. They were coming to profile his place. And I told them, look, I have an event coming up. What can you also do for me? Because they wanted me to help do a video. And I'm like, yo, my event is way bigger than the video I'll do for you. Can you help me out? They're like, yo, yeah, let's put things together. My whole team, one of my managers is sitting here somewhere. They know. So before we have a conversation, what's the next thing I'm going to do next? Can it help me out? I was telling him that we needed help on 1 or 2 projects. He sent me a number. I spoke to the person. I'm like, you know what? I have something bigger coming up. Can I forward the conversation then? Then what you needed me for, I would find a way of building the value in such a way that you see, it makes sense.
Right.
So my time is money. You need to know that. So even if it's a 5-minute video, 30-second video that you're doing, how are you going to price it enough to know that you are making your times worth? Because 30 seconds is not just 30 seconds.
Okay.
You will start the video and re-edit it so many times. Go back so many times. People think content creation is easy.
This is good.
Bro,
because I
after
was
what you
doing-
just said, I don't think anyone's gonna waste your time again.
And you see, the thing is, I've worked on my public speaking so much. I've worked on myself so much so that I recorded with Design Junkies and they told me to do a promo and I did it then.
Yeah.
Bro, Charlie, this is the
Dude,
quickest
yeah.
we've ever. It's not about it being the quickest, bro. I have had to work overtime to do it so fast, so much because what's the next thing I have to do in the day? You feel me? And I know for you guys, there's so much you do. This guy sitting here, I'm sure right now he the monitor was the next upload where they go up. He doesn't even have 5 minutes to spare. He doesn't have 10 minutes to spare. So wherever, if you want his time and day, it needs to be worth his time and his money. So then again, too, for the brands watching this, when you're approaching creators and influencers, to understand that their time is also money. So that when you are making your proposition, you are not insulting them in doing that, because that's where we are at right now. A brand will walk up to you and want something done for you or from you. You deliver the content like, you could have done so much better. You know what you see, you know what you got. Content, the algorithm plays how it wants to play sometimes. Maybe we've been lucky to hack it. But Charlie, sometimes it doesn't play out as it does. I used to do active influencing and I had to stop because Charlie, some of the demands don't make sense. Some of the things they want to see is like, when I post, no, you want to sell about 10,000. Hey, now me say if the products if I don't buy and finish them, you buy me. So we need to understand time is money and it's two sides of the coin. The brand needs to know that time that the creator is spending is money. And I also have to understand that my 5 minutes is also expensive. So that's what I think people need to also know, as much as the tiered pricing, then also the price floor and the ceiling. Once you have that locked in, I think you should be okay.